Hello, everybody. My name is Sterling, and as I was introduced, I am a senior developer advocate at Postman. Today, I want to talk about the importance and the shift in AI and how it's had a significant impact for APIs and why you can't do AI without APIs. We'll walk through a couple of real-world examples of how AI plus APIs are creating new opportunities to deliver better customer experiences and business outcomes. I'll give you a couple examples of protocols and protocols that are a great fit for the API within context of AI, model development, and integration. And I'll sum up everything within a nice 8-step playbook with tips on leveraging AI and APIs effectively. But first, let me tell you a story. When I was 8 years old, about 8 years old, my father came home from a research stint at the University of Washington. And he had sat me and my sister down and said, Sterling, there's this cool thing called the internet. Kind of dates me a little bit, so. This thing called the internet, and he said, it's going to be amazing, it's going to change your world. Well, he talked about sending and receiving immediate electronic messages from to others in universities and colleges around the world. Little did I know that less than a year later, the World Wide Web would transform the world as we know it and propel us into the internet age. Now, fast forward to November of 2022. The world got its glimpse of ChatGPT and a new technological revolution. Unironically, I sat my 7- and 9-year-old sons down after showing them AI, and I said, guys, this is going to change your world. The world's never going to be the same because AI is now here. This is the start of the AI revolution. We've talked about this at this conference multiple times. Almost every speaker has talked about artificial intelligence. So at Postman, we've had a very similar experience as our teams explored AI and how it would impact the API-first world. For those of you who don't know or haven't used Postman before, Postman has become the global developer-chosen standard for API work. Over 35 million developers are on our platform, and we continue to grow in all regions. And my favorite stat is that we have 40% growth in Antarctica. Okay, from 10 to 14, but still, there's 14 people in Antarctica who are using Postman. Those are amazing researchers. So, what does this have to do with APIs? What is it about APIs that are so important? At Postman, we've seen this trend firsthand. We run a service called the Postman Public API Network, which hosts the largest collection of publicly available APIs in the world. Developers can access and use those APIs and fork those collections into their own instance of Postman. And yesterday, during the first keynote talk, Tejas talked about what an AI engineer is. And it is someone who integrates AI with APIs. And with that, I couldn't agree more. So let's talk about the usage that we see inside of Postman. Over the past year, AI APIs have increased on our platform nearly 40%. OpenAI continues to lead with the vast number of API engineers, but Gemini is fastly going into a 5% increase, as well as Anthropic with a 9% increase. All right, here's where the audience, I'm going to go to both sides here. I want to do a quick audience poll. How many of you here, by show of hands, have used ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, or any other LLM? Raise your hand. Okay, the vast majority. Okay, down. Now, how many of you have developed and created your own AI models from the ground up? Yeah, not many. So this is a demonstration of the AI API democratization. APIs are making AI accessible to everyone. not just those who have a machine learning background. So as I mentioned earlier, we are at the start of this new technological revolution, the AI revolution. AI is transforming how we live and how we work, and it's changing how we learn, how we process content, and how we learn. For instance, this is my first time to Zadar. So when I landed, I asked ChatGPT, can you give me some help? I've never been to Zadar before. It provided me a wonderful guide, and of which I've used since my arrival here on Saturday to explore this beautiful city. AI is enabling us to process vast amounts of data instantly and make better decisions and so much more. But APIs are the often overlooked but crucial component in this AI revolution. APIs are the connective tissue that makes AIs accessible and practical. So let's talk about the AI revolution with APIs. The successful adoption and integration of AI will determine the future of many of the companies that we represent here today, and many more around the world. It will influence the kinds of products and services that we offer, as well as the tools and platforms that we use to build these products and services. APIs act as the bridges that connect AI capabilities with everyday tools and products that we build. APIs are not just important, as I'm always saying this. How many times have I said API in this talk? They are essential to how we will spread AI and how the growth and widespread adoption will continue to grow. Let's look at some real-world examples of how AI and APIs are transforming industries and products. I want to first talk about the NBC coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. During the 2024 Paris Olympics, they released a product or a feature called Your Daily Olympic Recap. The system used internal APIs to analyze viewer usage, viewer preferences, and then used AI to generate personalized highlight reels for millions of viewers. Each recap was narrated by an AI-generated voice of Al Michaels, and all recaps were compiled with over 5,000 hours of live coverage of the Paris Games. Nearly 7 million users, nearly 7 million recaps were sent during 2 weeks. None of this would have been possible if it weren't for all the internal APIs that NBC put together, and how crucial it is to have a well-defined API. Now let's talk about Stripe. Stripe uses OpenAI's ChatGPT APIs and to significantly reduce fraudulent transactions by analyzing transaction patterns and flag suspicious activity. Just by analyzing the syntax in posts on Discord, GPT-4 has been flagging accounts, so Stripe's fraud team can follow up and be sure that it isn't a fraudster just trying to take some money from somebody. GPT-4 scans inbound communications, identifying coordinated activity from malicious actors, and Stripe's AI-powered system is safeguarding customers' financial assets and enhancing the overall security of their payment platform. Again, all of this is enabled through APIs. Now, I want to talk about my personal experience. Postbot, which is our AI assistant inside of Postman. I was on the product team that built this. So what Postbot is as you see on the screen, Postbot is your AI assistant inside of Postman. Now, it's here to help generate your testing, your API tests, and your documentation, all at a click of a button. It takes content from your workspace, from your response, and generates documentation and tests based off of that. Now, what you're also seeing here is oftentimes large JSON objects are sometimes hard to parse through. Okay, I know I'm a developer, I like JSON, but if it's massively long, it's impossible to read. So at a click of a button, Postbot can help you generate data visualization within a table, a chart, or a bar graph, or other ways, like maps. So I want to talk about the development process we used in Postman to help build Postbot. First, it was to ship fast. The second was to listen intently, and the third was to rapidly iterate. We shipped our first version of PostBot in 3 weeks. 3 weeks from the moment we put our hand to the keyboards to the moment we shipped our first version to customers. Our goal was to get the PostBot in the hands of developers and our users as quickly as possible. And within the first few months, we pushed updates daily, sometimes multiple times a day. We set up robust feedback channels and monitored user interactions. We had in-app thumbs up and thumbs down, links to feedback forms, scoured social media, and talked to any user that we could. Every piece of feedback, confusion, or comment was reviewed by the entire team. And lastly, we expanded on popular features, quickly addressed pain points, and added new capabilities based on user feedback. This approach, driven by well-designed internal APIs, took PostBot from a basic assistant to an indisposable tool used by millions of our users. So those are 3 examples of how AI can dramatically improve the customer experience and achieve significant impact for business outcomes, and all of this was enabled through well-designed APIs. Today, APIs are more than just a technical necessity. They're strategically crucial in the world of AI. There's a fundamental shift occurring in the architectural level of modern software development. So here's a quick mental model for you. Traditionally, APIs are built for 2 ways: user, human to computer, or software to software, computer to computer. Now moving forward, we're going to start seeing human to AI to software. We're seeing this with Apple's their IntelliSense, or whatever they're calling it. I'm a Pixel person. I don't use Apple at all. What we're going to see is AI is going to be the first line of interaction with APIs. So your APIs are now more crucial. They're going to have to take more information in. So let's talk about the technical significance of APIs. APIs enable modular and flexible AI integrations, allowing organizations to easily update and swap AI models. Well-designed APIs will help scale AI applications, enabling rapid iteration from prototype to production-ready code in a short time. And APIs provide a standardized interface for AI, reducing complexity and promoting interoperability. From a business perspective, APIs are equally crucial. APIs enable revenue streams by allowing companies to offer now API as a service products. All that data that your companies have, if it's now available externally to all these AIs, it's now you're going to be able to build something that has never been done before, because you have proprietary data that other AIs don't. APIs enable AI ecosystems to be quickly built and at scale, creating new opportunities for partnerships and innovation. And companies that have a strong API strategy will remain competitive in this AI era and will be able to move fast in a highly competitive marketplace. We've experienced multiple technological waves in the last 3 decades, from standalone disconnected PCs and mainframes to a global network of computing environments. We've gone from desktop to mobile to cloud, and now mobile and cloud straight to AI. So the fact is, the rise of AI is fundamentally changing API design. Let's talk about accessibility. APIs democratize access to AI capabilities. They allow businesses of all sizes to leverage AI without huge investments of infrastructure or talent. It also allows for flexibility. Well-designed APIs enable rapid AI model integration, and businesses can stay agile and adept to new AI advancements quickly. It also helps with scalability. APIs provide the infrastructure to scale AI applications. They help grow AI from prototype to production, and where we can now serve millions of users. And lastly, innovation. APIs abstract complex AI functionality into easy-to-use interfaces. This frees developers, all of us here in this room, to focus on creating problem-solving and novel applications for AI. That's what we're here for, right? So as I mentioned before, traditionally, APIs were designed for human developers. Now, we're seeing we want to make our APIs more AI-friendly for AI systems. This shift presents both challenges and opportunities. Internally, APIs need to be designed for AI consumption in mind from the very beginning. All AI systems process vast amounts of data, so APIs must be able to handle large-scale data transfers and streaming efficiently. And many AI applications require real-time data. So our APIs need to support technologies like WebSockets for instant data exchange. So today, the vast majority of APIs are still RESTful, but we're seeing a shift in the protocols that are being used and the standards used for AI-friendly APIs. Here are two protocols and one standard that are worth highlighting. One is GraphQL. GraphQL is gaining popularity with AI APIs to AI products due to its flexibility in data retrieval, allowing AI systems to get exactly what they need without engineers having to create new endpoints. gRPC. gRPC is efficient and a low latency communication, and it has a lightweight design. This is really profound when you're looking from service to service, not service to client or customer. Especially in use cases where performance and scalability are crucial, gRPC is going to be a great option for your AI services. And lastly, OpenAPI Swagger. As it's becoming more crucial for both human developers and AI systems to understand and talk, OpenAPI allows us to have API standardization, integration, and ease of use. It provides interoperability by standardizing endpoints, inputs, and outputs. And the quality of your API is even more critical in the AI context. Your APIs need to be effectively serve both human developers and AI systems, and poorly designed APIs will be a limitation to your organization. It's now going to be the Achilles heel to your business. Moving forward, the success of AI initiatives will increasingly depend on thoughtful API design, where we start to work towards an API-first world. You first, before you write your code, your front end, your back end, or whatever, you write and build your APIs first, because your AI systems are going to be needing it. So, let me recap and summarize all this into the practical steps for leveraging AI and APIs effectively. 1, I talked about shipping fast. Get your product in front of your customers as quickly as possible. Make sure you can use feature flags so that you can add new capabilities quickly and easily. Listen intently to your users' feedback. Feedback channels are so important. Listen to them, but also open all of that feedback to the developers that are there. My team at Postman, when we built Postbot, every engineer, every developer, every designer, every product manager who was working on Postbot, we all sat in the same room and listened to the feedback from our customers. We analyzed that feedback to guide development, and we used analytics to track user behavior. 3rd, rapid iteration. Push updates frequently, because we're not going to go for perfection. As you're getting a product out, users can try it, and they'll tell you whether it's working or whether it's not. Okay, 4th in our practical playbook is planning for graceful AI failures. We've talked about hallucinations. These all happen. So add error handling for your AI interactions, add user-friendly error messages, and create feedback mechanisms or fallback mechanisms for that. 5th, Prioritize API quality. Focus on high-quality APIs, and this will directly impact your AI integration success. Provide up-to-date API documentation for easier developer and AI system integration. Implement robust error handling and informative error messages within your APIs. So anyone who's using your APIs will know what errors mean. This is a fast-moving space, so regularly refactor and optimize your APIs for AI systems. This will ensure that you maintain performance, scalability, and usability as the systems continue to evolve. 6, design APIs with AI consumption in mind from the get-go. Prepare for complex queries and large data volumes. Design APIs that are friendly to both human developers and AI systems, and ensure that your APIs efficiently handle API-specific data patterns and future requests. 7, choose appropriate protocols. As I mentioned, GraphQL and gRPC are two protocols that are helping from service to service and service to client. Use OpenAPI or Swagger to standardize your documentation and standardize your APIs. And lastly, implement flexible data models. Use extensible schemas to accommodate evolving AI models. Implement clear versioning strategies, backward compatibility, and extensible data structures. The AI world, or the AI revolution, isn't coming. It's here, as we've so aptly seen here in Zadar. And APIs are the foundation of which this revolution will continue to be built. We're not just building cool tech. We're taking AI from the realm of experts into the hands of the masses. Your APIs are more than just code. They're the bridges connecting millions to the power of AI. So let's go out, build those bridges. Let's create APIs that bring AI to every corner of the world, to every industry that we're in, and to every person who could benefit from it. The future of AI is in our hands, and APIs are the tools that will shape it. So, in a few minutes, we're going to be having a workshop on API Essentials, Mastering Testing and Collaboration with AI in Postman. My wonderful colleague Pooja is going to be hosting that, so if you have time, please come and join us. And feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn and on Twitter. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.